Yo guys, what is good? Welcome back on the Uncle Sharma channel. How you guys doing? We're here again. We're seeing each other a lot, aren't we? Recently, we're seeing each other almost every day. I feel like there's always something going on these days. The schedule is crazy, but we're getting to the end of the season, so it's time. This is it. This is the crunch time. It's gonna be a fun end to the season, potentially, maybe a historic end to the season. So let's just stick together, stay together, and we might be rewarded. Let's see how we are rewarded. It's gonna be a short one today, half an hour max. Just keep it short. At the moment, Lazio are playing Lecce, and they are losing at the moment. Just checking, yeah, still losing 2-1 at the moment. Lecce at home as well, they're losing. That is big implications because they're third now in the league. So if the scoreline sticks, we could even tomorrow we could even potentially overtake Lazio. So let's see what happens. Come on, Lecce, Forza Lecce, and Lecce need as well because they were doing really well this season up until about the halfway point, and then they've come right back into the relegation battle right now. So they probably will be okay, but they definitely needed at least they need another couple of wins to be completely sure. So yeah, let's see. Let's keep an eye on that till the end. And let me see who is in the house. Thank you everyone that's turned up on this random stream. Perfect time to build this momentum, get those juicy 3 points. Exactly, Mighty Mo. But I'm expecting a lot of rotation tomorrow, as it should be. I hate Sassuolo, man. Yeah. Do you know what it is, Sanja? They in our minds as Interisti, they've become a what's it called, like a bogey team. But when you actually look at it, they're not actually, especially over the last few years. I think they've stuck because in the Banter era, they definitely were. In that period, they were just like, I'd rather play anyone else but Sassuolo. But actually, when you look at the record recently, ignore the top one because that one when we played that weird mid-season friendly because of the World Cup. So ignore that top 1-0. That doesn't exist. It's the other one. So you see Inter, apart from obviously last season we lost to them at home, you can see our recent record. We beat them every single time. So last time we beat them at their home. Obviously, as I said, they beat us last season. That was probably one of our most frustrating losses. We had so many chances that game. Lautaro even had to apologize to the crowd for missing his chances. But overall, I think the trend has turned with Sassuolo. But I can see why it still sticks in the head of, like, Sassuolo, or just that team that you dislike. Hey Kirby, hope you're doing well. Forza Lecce, exactly. Forza Lecce, Umtiti to the world. Is he starting, by the way? Because he has become quite important to them slowly. Yeah, he's starting. He's starting with the Baschirotto, the guy who's become a bit of a um, what's it called, like an idol in Lecce and Serie A in general. Yeah, exactly, Luca. Lazio dropping points as we speak. Yep. Yo, what's up, Uncle? What are you watching? Lazio Lecce, 2 brilliant goals by Remy Udin and brilliantly constructed as well. I wasn't watching it, but I'm keeping an eye on it, Palm. But thank you for coming through. Liamaki, first live I've actually watched live in a while. What's up? Yeah, thank you, bro, for coming through. It's a bit of a random one. Well, actually, I was gonna do it pre-match preview, but I just didn't set like a time, and I just decided to go live now. So thank you for coming through. Sup, Sean? Still learning on the Derby View? Yeah, man, it's been so good. It's been so good. Even though obviously we know the job's not finished, it's been so good to just yeah, like I've been watching, lots of content around, Premier League content or content around Europe, just getting that respect, like just hearing people like, oh yeah, Milan Derby, the atmosphere, the intensity, but also getting like our players getting respect. Like I've seen Edin Dzeko getting loads of respect, Mkhitaryan, Di Marco, Lautaro, actually Lautaro not so much, but our players getting that Bastoni and Barella. My God, they're all like, all these Premier League guys are foaming, just like drooling watching them, which is annoying. But that's what happens when you have these deep Champions League runs. People start looking at your players. But yeah, still running strong on that Derby fuel, and hopefully Inter don't ruin it tomorrow. Hopefully they don't ruin it tomorrow. Anthony Basic feels another 3 points coming our way. I hope he's right. Will we see each other this much in the summer? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. You know we will, Kirby. You know, Inter, they never let us rest. They never let us rest. Even in the summers, they never let us rest, whether it's good news or bad news. Mostly bad news in the summers, but they never let us rest. Also watching Lons versus Rams, keeping a very close eye on Danso since he's linked with us. Oh, thank you, Palm, the scout. Got sent off early. Oh, God. God's sake. Yeah. To be honest, yeah, Danso, I've looked him up like in terms of like Lons or Lens or Lon. I don't know how to say it properly in French, but they've had a good season. But yeah, Danso, I look up. So when we get to links to these players, I do look them up a little bit and try to watch some games here and there or like clips. Not like YouTube clips, but actually like on Y Scout. It allows you can filter. It's so good. I mean, thank you, Nemo, for being able to use it, but it's so good. You can filter by like defensive actions. So I can literally say slide tackles. I can put, I want to see slide tackles, defensive duels, attacking duels, aerial duels, and I just filter down and I can just literally watch all the clips that are on Y Scout and just see how these players are doing. And yeah, Danso didn't really impress me too much. But again, profile wise, I wouldn't be against him, but it just doesn't convince me too much. I'm kind of upset with the level of disrespect to Inter from all media. Well, Eduardo, we literally spend how is like you as well, Eduardo, in the like, banter, but also not really. But how much do we diss our Inter ourselves? But now that just because we've got further in the Champions League doesn't mean that if, like on paper this Inter team isn't like that good, but it's just that as it is the luck of the draw and the way that we've come through. The performances, of course, have come through for us, but it's like you can see why they're being disrespectful, but we can use that. We can use that as fuel to like keep going. Jamie Carragher say that Inter have no chance if Man City or Real Madrid get them in the final. Like keep saying stuff like that. That helps us. Let's go with the underdog narrative. Let's go with the disrespect narrative. Let's go with that. Let's build. Let's go with the us against the world mentality, that siege mentality that Mourinho and those types of coaches love to build, and just go all out attack when we get to that stage. But we can't say much. We disrespect our Inter just as much as anyone. We just because it's funny, yeah. But when other people do it, it's true. We can do it because it's our Inter, but other people can't do it. I get you, actually, Eduardo. You're right. It's not right. It's not right at all. Sorry, ball, more like sorry fall. Yeah, but it really is. It really is at the moment. They're falling real quick. The Breaking Bad intro is fire. Yeah. I need to find a Better Call Saul. I've been watching Better Call Saul recently, and I need to find one with Jimmy, Slippin' Jimmy. I love Skriniar, but I wish he's crying sad now. Stuff. Okay, fair enough. What's it? Hey uncle, hope you're doing well. The predicted lineups of Acerbi and Mkhitaryan starting. Oh no, man, we'll get into that in a moment. Jesus Christ, those guys. What's up, Mohammed? Hidalaiba. Hey, Mattia, good to see you on Interword Wide the other day with the video. Always good to see you. We just started, Marcello. I mean, it's not going to be a long one, but we just started. So, yeah, nothing you've missed, really. You're better in Derby. Hope we buy a striker. I guess you are a Milan fan. Alexander, thank you. Do you guys potentially see Simone Inzaghi potentially managing Italy? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, he's a cup manager. He's a cup merchant. I think he would be definitely someone to look at for the Italian national team. Someone who's able to prepare cup games, tournament games as they would be for the national team. Definitely. To not understand that we thrive with the other dog. Yeah, exactly. The Kirby. Exactly. Damn. Lazio goal. Okay, so is it 2-2 now? Have a look. Who scored? Milinkovic Savic. Yes, I have him on my fantasy team as my captain. That's good. Sergey. He's been kind of stinky the second half of the season. Milinkovic Savic. There is. Yeah, I think, but still, that still is a pretty good result for us. We can still overtake them because I think that Yeah, we can still overtake them. So, well, it hasn't updated there yet, but they would be on 65 points, so we can still overtake them with the win. So not bad. Even the draw is not bad for us. And yeah, by the way, I've got the poll going in the chat, so make sure you interact with that before we end the stream, so we can see what you guys are feeling. But yeah, let's get into the predicted lineups. Palm was talking about it. Let's go into it. Let's zoom in if we can. Yeah, there you go. Heavy rotation, so you can see Andanovic, of course, il capitano. C'è solo un capitano. I've given up, guys. I don't even want to discuss it. Like Inzaghi, the only coach in the world that rotates his keepers in the league. It is what it is. Some people are saying that they're doing that because Handanovic is close to like some sort of appearance record. I think he needs like a few more appearances to reach some sort of record. And that's the reason why they're doing it. But again, that shouldn't matter really. You should be starting your starting keeper. It's not like Onana. Onana didn't even have any saves to make in the Champions League against Milan. I mean, he had to like move a little bit, but it wasn't a tiring game for Onana. D'Ambrosio coming in, which I'm happy with. I think Darmian definitely needs a rest. But this is the one I don't get. Like Acerbi, this should be Bastoni, 23 years old. He should be the one being played week in, week out until like his legs fall off. But clearly, Inzaghi knows Acerbi well, and he knows Bastoni now. Of course, he's had him for over a year, almost 2 years. So, like physically, this is what we like sometimes make fun of Bastoni. There must be something in the, they get these stats, these medical reports, or like, the heartbeat, the monitor, oxygen levels, like all this kind of stuff. There must be something with Bastoni that even on the like corner, I don't think he ever like really starts like a whole back to back games. Like I don't know what it is. But Acerbi, like even at the age of 35, he's able to just continue going and going and going. It's crazy. Fair play to him, but again, then you end up with games against like Lazio where Acerbi ended up making mistakes if you like overuse him. So you got to be careful, Inzaghi, but we got to trust him. Arba says, I'm going to the San Siro tomorrow. Oh, nice. You want any retro kits? They have a lot of them. I got the UEFA Cup final one last time. You want anything? No, thank you. I appreciate the Arba. Thank you very much. Just enjoy San Siro, enjoy Milano, and bring us good luck. That's all I want. I don't mind that lineup. Only thing I'd rest Miki. Yeah, Mkhitaryan is the other one as well. He just is these like running, themes that we have in our live stream. We discussed like the same stuff, but Inzaghi just doesn't care. Charity FC in full swing. Yeah, when it comes to Andanovic, it seems like so. Inzaghi thinks Buster will get a cold or flu during the match. Yeah, maybe he actually does get those in the build up to these like close up games. What's up, Zifty? Where was Maslani Albanian, bro? Yeah, that's another recurring theme of our live streams. It's like, you've got Lord Gagliardini there, but where is Aslani? But then we know what the answer to that is because Inzaghi only sees him in this Brozovic position, unfortunately. Bastoni is much younger than Acerbi, but I think physically, Acerbi is better. I don't think Bastoni. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just confusing to me, Mattia. It probably is true, but it should be the other way around. It should be the other way around. But yeah, Acerbi, he must have a very, very good regime, like taking care of himself, because at that age, especially the style of play that we play, Acerbi, to be able to play week in, week out. Sometimes we play with such high line as well, and he's able to cope with it at his age. Really, really interesting. Oh wow, Arba, you are a good luck charm every time you've been. So yeah, hopefully you do bring that good luck to us. Just call me Zach. Okay, Zach. Hey, my boy Otlo's in the house. What's up, brother? Hope you're doing well. We're just going through the predicted lineups for tomorrow. Yeah, Lula as well. That's like, it is a bit confusing how Inzaghi's now kind of just opted for these partnerships now. It's either Dzeko Lautaro or Lukaku Correa. It's odd that he's gone rather for the Lula partnership. He's opted for this one, which is it's weird. But again, another recurring theme. We just know we can almost predict the lineups in some parts. But at least Bellanova, I'm surprised to see Bellanova here, because I thought it would be Dumfries or Darmian, um, or even even D'Ambrosio. But yeah, I would like to see Bellanova start because now he has been convincing the last few starts, so he deserves it. He deserves it. Nah, Kirby is. I doubt it. It makes sense on a tactical level. It makes sense, but you can with Inzaghi now. Like he's kind of very predictable when he makes a decision. It clearly sticks to these types of. He picks these partnerships and rotations. It is what it is. Skriniar would come handy now. Yeah, everyone would be handy right now. Language tours. Every single player is vital right now. I think this would have been a good game for Gosens as well. Unfortunately, I think he is back in the squad. Yeah, it says he's in doubt, but I think he will be on the bench, but just not able to start. I think this would have been a good game to rest DiMarco. We know how his physique holds up not that well to close up games, so it would have been a good game to rotate DiMarco as well. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Darmian coming on in the second half in the left wing back spot, which he did against Milan at the end. Or even you could switch Bellanova to that side if it's true that he starts. So yeah, I mean overall, I'm happy with the lineup. I think it's obviously it's a strong enough lineup to beat Sassuolo. Whether we will or not, the only one, is Gagliardini. I mean Gagliardini. He came on and he had like those 10-15 minutes he had against Milan were just like, he ruined that chance up front, and then he conceded a foul straight afterwards. Like he made impact on both ends of the pitch, but in a negative way. But again, I just don't want to waste my breath anymore. He's only got a few more months left with us, Gagliardini. There's no point slandering him now. It is what it is. Yeah. The fact that if Hakan's rests, it means that Hakan will start against Milan as well, for sure. Limone might think Dzeko Correa up top is too weak. Yeah, I mean that we had that partnership last season. It was okay, but Correa was better last season. Correa this season is useless, but there was a couple of times like the Roma game last season, the one where we beat them 3-0. Dzeko Correa, like there are a few instances where it was okay, that partnership, but yeah, he just seems to have gone. He's made his mind up on these partnerships. Cherby has 2020 natural fitness and stamina on football minus 2023. Quite rightly, they know that this guy is an absolute trooper. I think Correa will be a Jean Mario to us. He will leave and become a great player. I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. I think and even with Jean Mario, guys, like let's calm down now. Like he's had a really good season, but I don't think he's become a great player now. He's had a very good season this year. I don't think he's become a great player. It's not like big clubs are lining up to get this guy. It's not like he's become a starter for Portugal. It's just he's had a very good season. There's zero regrets, or Correa, yeah, he was a good player at Lazio. He was a good player at Sevilla. He was okay at Sampdoria, but like I think he's just shown that this is not his level. Like he might be okay, again a Lazio level team or a Fiorentina level team, like those types of teams that challenging for top 4, top 7 teams, Europa League teams. I think I think he's shown that that's his level. Definitely not Inter level. Fair enough, Jabis. Fair enough. But if the problem is Jabis, would you get rid of it? Like if he gets to the Champions League final, you can't get rid of him. That's the thing. What do you think about DiMarco being an 11 and Derby looks super exhausted? Yeah. No, I think that's what I mean, Palm. I think he should be. He should be rotated. That's why it's a shame that Gosens are not available. But he should be able to give us like 60-70 minutes, as usual. That's about as much as he has in his legs anyway. And then, as I said, you can put Darmian. I think it's important to rest Darmian. If Leao is back, by the way, it looks like Leao is back for the game next week. Purely confirmed he will be back. Whether he starts or not, whether he's 100% fit or not, we don't know. But we need Matty Dams to be fully rested, ready to go for that battle. No reason to drop Onana. He's a legend, but we can't be sentimental about Handanovic. Yeah, exactly, Charles. Exactly. We're at home tomorrow and Tuesday. Yeah, this is really good actually. The other day we were at home, even though we were away. Tomorrow we're at home, and then Tuesday we're at home. So no traveling for Inter in this week. So that's a really good thing, even in this busy period. Lula operate better in space that Milan will leave. Given because I mean even the other day, bro, you saw. I mean, Dzeko did amazingly well, but you saw that what the space that they were leaving behind doesn't mean that Dzeko wouldn't have been good just because Dzeko did well. But the goal Dzeko scored off that corner, Lukaku just doesn't score that. That's the thing. Gagliardini was having a laugh about, I mean, fair play. He's got, a bit of self-awareness, fair play. But yeah, bringing PTSD moments back in our minds. Don't forget Correa scored against Verona. Yeah, I mean, he sold everyone dreams of that debut, didn't he? Il Tucu, of his ice cold injection celebration. This is one-time season for Jean Mario. Not sure we play next season. Yeah, exactly. Like, let's calm down. Let's not be reactionary. I don't even this peak Jean Mario gets much time in the center midfield. I mean, yeah, like we talked about with Adrian from Rabona TV. He said like his best position seems to be this fake right midfield position that allows him to kind of drift in and out, do what he wants a little bit. We don't really have that here. We saw that Inter, like he didn't work as a Mezzala. He didn't really work as an attacking midfielder. Like he's a difficult player to allocate. But yeah, again, let's stop speaking about Jean Mario. That's that ship has sailed long time ago. Bro, you can't think about next season. We have to see what happens in the summer first. Like, who do we have to are we going to sell players? Do we bring players? And the realistic goals remain. I keep saying to people never well, not everyone, but a lot of people disagree with me. I think the level of Serie A, if it remains like this, you can win the Scudetto, even if Inter just not even improve, just like keep going sideways as we have been. You can still challenge for the Scudetto, and we should have been this year already. So we can continue realistically challenging for the Scudetto, unless there's this Napoli team really starts to build something like a crazy, dynasty, or Juve, start injecting some madcap. Well, with their off the field stuff, very unlikely. But there's no a Man City in Serie A. There's no a Chelsea. There's no like these teams that can just outspend everyone. Everyone's on quite a level playing field financially, which actually makes it really interesting. You just have to be very smart. Transfer market. And thank you, Mattia, for reminding people once again. Yeah, Lukaku, we need a goal. I mean, I've got him in my fantasy team. Correa, yeah, whatever. It is what it is. Hope maybe it's one of those games where he does turn up. But yeah, overall, I'm happy with the lineup. Going to Sassuolo quickly. The main player to watch out for is this guy here, Loriente. I really, really like him. If we played a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3 or whatever, like a formation that plays wingers, he would be the guy that I would be saying to Inter, bring him to Inter. But obviously we don't play this type of formation, so no point even talking about him. But one of the most interesting and most exciting players in Serie A this season. Yeah, I mean, if Milan ever sell Leao, this would be the guy I would be looking at. And obviously we know Berardi. He's their main man. And Pinamonti, the X factor, as in Inter X player. So you always have to watch out for that. But they've had a pretty average season, Sassuolo. They've not been that good this year. They're not that team. Like they used to be that team to watch as a neutral. Like, you have this, how Bologna is this year, or like, just an interesting team, interesting project, but they've not been that interesting. I don't really like what Dionisi is doing with them. I think they've stalled a little bit. And And I think they wasted a lot of money on Pinamonti. I've never rated him, and I don't think he was the right signing for them for 18 million. But good for us anyway. But yeah, where are they even in the table? Sassuolo 13th. Yeah, they're just like, before they used to be top 10, challenging for Europe, but now they're. I mean, they are quite there. Like, there's not many points. If they get one win, they go up to 47 points, and they're like, all the way up there. But -9 goal difference. They're just not. There's not that team anymore. There's not that team anymore, and they don't have really anything to play for because they can't get to Conference League anymore now, and they can't get relegated. So they're in that like period in the season where it's like, what do they really have to play? What do they really have to play for? Yeah, I saw Antonello, the Inter CEO of the finance side, spoke the other day, and he did kind of not admit, but also he was open to the fact that there might be potential suitors and investors looking at Inter. But yeah, it's something that we haven't really seen in the past. So, I mean, we haven't seen any development on the Inter sales side in terms of the club being sold. So, I don't know what's happening with that. You missed it, Alba. I've been posting about it at the beginning of the season. We have a fantasy league going, but you just have to wait till next season now, Alba. You just have to wait till next season. Inter can't be stopped, Sylvia says. Well, I hope you're right. I hope you are right. Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like, it doesn't mean that just because Dzeko played well, Lukaku shouldn't start. But it seems like, yeah, it's one of those decisions that Inzaghi has already like decided. That's why, I mean, I don't think he's tactical in that sense that he picks players depending on how they fit a certain team. I really hope Lazio drops out UCL. They would just bomb its focus. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Then there wouldn't be a good representation like the teams have been this year for us. I agree. Especially, yeah, like now dropping so badly. But it would be funny to see Milan stay out of it, though. That would be funny. I'd rather see Milan just like flop out of the top 4, to be honest. This talk of Inzaghi not being able to win the league got me digging some Ancelotti. You know, Ancelotti won his first UCL in 3, while he won his first league title in 02, 4. Yeah, no. That's why I when I went on Liaz's channel on FTBL, I told him that I compared him to Ancelotti, and Ancelotti over his career. His league record isn't good, Ancelotti, when you look at it. He is like the cup merchant of cup merchants. And I can see Inzaghi going down the same path, and he's similar Inzaghi in terms of he's this nice guy type of coach. He's away from the mode of normal head coaches and managers are different type of characters. So yeah, but the problem is in Ancelotti was I remember he was hired at Juve early on in his career, and he was fired. So yeah, he didn't have a easy start to his careers. No, look, I'm not saying it like he's a bum in leagues, but I'm saying in terms of even ask Milan fans some of what he's even in the Champions League winning season. The fact that there was a season where they won the Champions League and they finished 5th, and then you look at the team and there's like a stacked team. That's what I mean. Like a lot of the times he's kind of underachieved from what he could have done with those teams in the league. But then he's had fantastic campaigns in the Champions League, which completely cancel everything out. Yeah, there you go. I mean, he flopped at Juve and Parma before going to Milan. So yeah, he had a difficult beginning to his career. That's what we're saying with Inzaghi. Even when he was like not doing well a few months ago, I'm pretty sure Inzaghi's going to have a very, very good career. Like we're going to see, I think, one of those guys, one of those Italian coaches that wins a lot of trophies in his career. Very high, Mattia. Very high. Whether it comes from the FIGC or the ruling, or it comes from just UEFA cancelling them from all UEFA competitions. I've said it for since the beginning of the season. It's very high, very very high, very likely. Um, but we just can't talk about it until it happens. It's one of those things that we can't talk about until it happened, but also confirmed, because it did happen, but wasn't confirmed. But yeah, as I said, I'm only here for half an hour, guys, so apologies for the short live stream. Let's have a quick look if the Gazzetta predicted lineup is any different from the Sky Sport Italy one. So they have Bellanova on the left. Gazzetta have. That would give Di Marco the rest that Palm was talking about. And then they have Dumfries instead of Bellanova on there. But apart from that, they have Barella as well instead of Gagliardini. Yeah, I'm fine with either, to be honest. I'm fine with either of these formations. Probably leaning towards the Sky Sport one, apart from Gagliardini. If Bellanova plays, I'd rather him just to be played in the right wing-back position, to be honest. Now I'm nervous about tomorrow's crucial game must win. Yeah, what do you guys... Let's finish up with the predictions now. Let's see the poll. The poll has finished with 87% Inter win, only 12% saying no. So I want to know who said no. I want the comments of the people that said no. What's your prediction for tomorrow? And yeah, they've got, as I've said since the beginning of the season, guys, this Plus Valenza capital gains case is like the lowest in terms of potential impact and importance of what's going on. They've got an actual criminal case going on against them. They've got a salary maneuver case going on against them. Those are the real serious ones. Real serious ones. There's a big storm brewing over on that Turin side. Yeah, they can't be too harsh on them, but if they've broken the FFP, Eduardo, they have to do something. Or they might be harsh just because of the Super League. They might be harsh just because of that. Yeah, I didn't want to speak about that knick-knack. I guess we can cover it very quickly, but it's only been covered by one source, and it's Calciomercato, which is not super reliable. But we were linked with Thiago Giallo, the Lille defender. And according to Calciomercato and what's that guy's name? Pasquale Guarro, who's like the reporter for them. The Nerazzurri had been laying the groundwork to sign the 23-year-old, but then he had an ACL injury, which put an end to the season. Sale saying he could nevertheless join Inter monitoring his fitness. Again, this is the type of profile I was happy with, but I want to see more confirmation from different sources, to be honest, before I believe Calciomercato is one of my... In my sources ranking, it's definitely one of the lowest ones that I have. Why didn't I include it? Yeah, that's true. I should have put... I mean, no, I said will Inter win or no. So a draw is also in between those. So I did include it, Eduardo. Mentally exhausted. Yeah, we've seen that. That's the fear, isn't it? We've seen Inter this season after big Champions League win to kind of drop the level after a big win. But yeah, for me, yeah, I am gonna do it, Zach, because that's what I've said until the end of the season. I'm just gonna predict 1-1. That's what might be prediction. I'm gonna predict a Berardi or Pinamonti goal against us, and Brozovic or Lukaku goal for us. That's my prediction. I think we might drop the ball, but that's just the predictions I'm going to be going for now until the end of the season. Besisa says 4-1 win. I really would, excuse me, with such a heavily rotated team. This is not Hellas Verona. I don't see us been winning that big against Sassuolo. I said win, but see a 1-1 or even our 12th loss. Geez. Hopefully not. We can't be losing. We can't be bringing down the the euphoria from this past weekend with the loss. I'll take a draw. To be honest. But yeah, exactly, Omar. You know how it is. Yeah, I agree, Palm. He was one of the guys that when I was watching him, I was a little bit more convinced by. Um, but yeah, it's more the profile that I like. I'm not married to names anymore. Like I've changed my way of thinking in football now. I'm not married to names anymore. Of like Inter need to bring this guy. Now my thinking is always like Inter need this type of guy or a guy that brings this rather than this guy. It's kind of changed my thinking a little bit. 5-0 to Sassuolo. Mattia with the goofo with the owl, and then he will make his usual video of "Told You So" on Inter Worldwide. Predict against us in all games, then we will all of them. Yeah, as I said, I'm predicting a draw as I've been doing recently. So I've been consistently being proven wrong on these 1-1 draws. So I'll continue with that. Do you think Nima's in the mud now that Beppe said we aren't selling Onana? I don't know what that Onana Nima thing has started, to be honest, but I'll go with it. Anything to go against Nima, I'll go along with it. Bellanova scores. Ooh, that would be beautiful. That would be nice. That would be nice. Bellanova's first goal with Inter. I don't see it happening, but that would be beautiful. Sutalo and Debast. Yeah, Debast is a name that I really started liking recently. I hope we see more links to him. Benjamin says we win 3-2 a Pazza Inter performance. Oof, that would keep the San Siro crowd entertained, wouldn't it? We win 1-0 Bellanova, 1-1 Di Marco, and Pinamonti scores. Yeah, I see something like that. We will win 500%. Well, I hope you bring the win home. Come on, bro. I just did one Told You Bro video. But I know you wanted to do more. You only did the one, but I know you inside you wanted to do more. I told you so videos. 2-1 Andanovic Holla. Bloody hell. 2-0 Lukaku and Brozo. That would be perfect. That would be perfect way to go into the game against Milan. Anything else? Ooh, who's this? Wait, 1 second. This outlet are saying is even putting La Repubblica. Okay, they're not reliable. They're saying that Aslani may even start, but we know that's not true. Do you think us going to UCL final will do so we have a bit more money in transfer fund? The fact that you put the laughing emoji, you already know the answer to that, Emil. I think it will help us in terms of, I think it will be another summer where we don't have to sell. Like that's one thing that I've not seen Inter fans give credit for last summer, the ownership. Like we always say, tuning this, tuning that, but at the end it did backfire on us. But in the end, like that's what we were asking for in the summer, that don't sell Skriniar, don't sell our big players, and it didn't sell our big players last summer. So I think it's going to be another summer where, thanks to these extra revenues, we don't sell anyone. But incoming, I really struggle to see us make some moves incoming. Thank you, Paul, for coming through. Always for Inter. Spoiler alert: 2-0 tomorrow. Predicted the derby result. I'm going for 2 for 2. Oi. Hope you're right, Liam. Hope you are spot on. 4-0, 60th minute. Lukaku hat trick. Imagine then Inzaghi has to start him. Then there's no way Inzaghi cannot start him. Would you rather face? I've said this a couple of times now. For me, it is City. I just don't trust Real Madrid in this competition. It is their competition. This is their home. I mean, it doesn't get more football heritage than Real Madrid in the Champions League. And they seem to have our number. They just seem to have our number. Every time we played them recently, last few years on the Conte and Inzaghi, we play well against them, but they just beat us anyway. Whereas Man City, Pep, overthinking in the final, and we've seen they don't have that heritage in finals. They don't, on paper as well, as I said, they don't have the Sanes, the Sterlings. They don't have that killer pace anymore in that Man City team. Obviously, they've got Haaland now. We've got an absolute machine up front. But I'll take my chances against Man City. But either of those teams I'm not like, I think they're both beatable on their day. Correa will score 5 into win by 5. Lord Figo is smoking that good stuff, clearly. Yes, Charles, I grew up in Italy for 13 years. Winning the UCL would be a great goodbye from Suning and awesome parting gift. We owe them a lot. Oh yeah, that would be like a mic drop moment. That would be a massive mic drop moment from Zhang and Suning. If City goes to the final, they will be under. Yeah, exactly. All the pressure would be all on City and on Pep's bold head. Same for Real. Like if we go in the final, we will be the underdogs regardless. We will be the team that everyone is saying, "Oh, there's no chance." The bookmakers will give us, the low odds or high odds in terms of, get more money to bet on us winning. So, yeah, regardless of that, we've got. I like going into finals in that with that underdog mentality. Yeah, but it depends. It depends on it always depends on the offers that come in. That's the thing. We can never predict with Inter and say that because even if we're financially stable, if someone comes in tomorrow with an offer for Lautaro of 100 million, then we're going to listen to it. We're probably going to part ways with him. It just depends on who comes. But that's the same story with the most teams in Italy. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. But yeah, guys, as I said, this was going to be a shorter one. I went 10 minutes longer than I wanted to. I said half an hour, but we're here for 41 minutes. But hope you guys enjoyed. I predicted a 1-1 win. 1-1 win. Yeah, that's a great win, isn't it? A 1-1 draw. Let's see if I'm wrong, as I have been usually. Hopefully I am in the right way. And yeah, hopefully we take advantage of the Lazio drop point. So thank you everyone that tuned in. I hope you enjoyed that. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. See you tomorrow for the post-match reaction, which hopefully will be a positive one.